श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय। नित्य विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। नित्य विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्य विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिमार भक्ति विज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्य विष्णु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य विष्णु महाभगवत शिल गोस्वामी बाबा जी महाराज की जय। नित्य विष्णु शिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्य विष्णु वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुग गौरी गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल तथा रघुनाथ शार गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गोपाल शायद वृंद की जय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदाता की राज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद की जय। श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णवासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय। सारर्थ-darśiṇī वृत्ति की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय राधिकाय प्रियात्मने श्रीश्रीवान् भक्तिवेदान्त नारायणेति नामिने। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिशे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। यं प्रव्रजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सार्वभूतहृदयां मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदन्तस्तो ह्यभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतम्। नष्टप्रयश्पवद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वां नायमां चरणान्तिकम्। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षाय क्षिप्ताष्टकामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना Vrinde namaste charanaravindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Sorry. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Indira Mataji, Madhavi Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, and Gargaraj ji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to all of you. All right, sorry for being so sleepy. Sorry. So yesterday we read a band of demons at Dwarka and Mathura. We read about. I'll just read the summary. Let me make this bigger. When Krishna was in Indraprastha, a demon named Shalva, who was a friend of Shishupal, attacked Dwarka. The Yadavas had also defeated him in battle. The Yadavas had also defeated him during Krishna's kidnapping of Rukmini. Having vowed to rid the earth of all the Yadavas, he worshipped Lord Shiva and obtained a flying iron city named Sobha that could go anywhere. Shalva came in his airplane and bombarded Dwarka with boulders and other missiles. And he produced a whirlwind. The Yadu heroes, including Pradumna, Satyaki, and others, battled with Shalva's forces with 27 days and nights. When Lord Krishna returned to Dwarka, he at once came to the battlefield on his chariot driven by Daruka. Seeing the Lord, Shalva threw his spear at Krishna's charioteer, but the Lord shattered it to pieces and pierced Shalva and his Sobha vehicle with numerous arrows. Shalva shot an arrow that struck Krishna's left arm, and the Lord dropped his Sharanga bow. Shalva took this opportunity to insult Krishna. Krishna then struck Shalva with his club, but the demon disappeared. Then a messenger came to Krishna with the news from Mother Devaki that Vasudeva had been kidnapped by Shalva. Hearing this, Krishna apparently lamented like an ordinary man. Shalva then appeared in his plane and beheaded a person who looked just like Vasudeva. I thought it was just a magic thing. I didn't realize he beheaded any person. I thought that's what it said when we read yesterday. Anyways, but taking the opportunity, omniscient Krishna pierced him with a shower of arrows and demolished his Sobha vehicle. Finally, he beheaded Shalva with his Sudarshan disc. Shalva's friend, Dantavakra, then attacked Mathura to avenge his friend's death. So now that's what we're reading about. Sorry, yawn break. Haribo, Champak Didi, and Pradumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Raj Bhuvan Yadav ji. Do these pastimes occur in other universes? Certainly, yes. But I think in every universe and also in every kalpa in this universe, the pastimes are a little bit, just a little bit different every time. Little variations in the pastimes. They don't happen exactly the same way every time. Okay, cool. So let's get back to this. Chapter 77, is it? No, 78. Chapter 78, the killing of Dantavakra, Vidu, Ratha, and Romaharshan. So the last verse of the previous chapter said, with the sinful Shalva now dead and his Sobha airship destroyed, The heavens resounded with kettle drums played by groups of demigods. Then Dantavakra, wanting to avenge the death of his friends, furiously attacked the Lord. Shuka uvacha Shishupalasya shalvasya Pondrakasyapi durmati Paraloka gatanang cha Kurvam parokya. So rhythm. God, I have to stop yawning. I don't know why. Ekapadati sankrudo gadapani prakampayan Padbhyam imang maharaja Mahasatva vyadrishyata. Shukadev Goswami said, acting out of friendship for Shishupal, Shalva, and Pondraka, who had all passed on to the next world, the wicked Dantavakra appeared on the battlefield in a great rage, O king. All alone, on foot and wielding a club in his hand, the mighty warrior shook the earth with his footsteps. Sārārtha-darśiṇī commentary by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura. In this chapter, Krishna kills Dantavakra and Vidu ratha, and Balaram kills the son of Romahars during his pilgrimage. These two verses describe how Dantavakra took revenge for the death of his friends. Though they were not present, out of friendship, Dantavakra wanted to complete their death rites by killing Krishna. Tang tatayantamalokya gadamadaya satvara avaplutya ratat Krishna sindhum veleva pratyadat. Seeing Dantavakra approach, Lord Krishna quickly picked up his club, jumped down from his chariot, and stopped his advancing opponent, just as the shore holds back the ocean. Commentary. Seeing his opponent on foot, Krishna dismounted from his chariot. Krishna Vakra as the shore checks the ocean waves. Kadam udyamya karusho mukundam prahadurmada dishtya bhavan adya mama drishti patam gata. Raising his club, the reckless king of Karusha said to Lord Mukunda, why did I say Muchukunda? The reckless king of Karusha said to Lord Mukunda, what luck to have you come before me today. Commentary. Dantavakra, who was born in Karusha, raised his club. Goddess Saraswati has revealed the following hidden meaning of this verse. Being freed from false pride, Durmada, Dantavakra spoke to Mukunda, who had come in his third lifetime to give him liberation. Mukti Danartham. Dantavakra said, after waiting 3 lifetimes for the Brahman's curse to run its course, today I am seeing my master who gives liberation. This is very auspicious. Dishta is repeated twice in jubilation. Tangmatuleyona Krishna mitra drun mam jigangsasi atastam gadaya manda anishe vajrakalpaya. You are our maternal cousin, Krishna, but you committed violence against my friends, and now you want to kill me also. Therefore, fool, I will kill you with my thunderbolt club. Commentary. The word Matuleya indicates that Krishna was a maternal cousin of Dantavakra, because his mother Shrutashrava was the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Dantavakra said, though you are my lord, you have now appeared as my cousin. Nevertheless, it is proper that you desire to kill me, who am envious of my own cousin. If one takes an alternate grammatical division of the third line of this verse as Atastam Kadaya Amanda, then Dantavakra says, my dear Krishna, you are Amanda, not foolish. Therefore, with your club, which is as powerful as a thunderbolt, you will kill me, and I will attain you by going back home, back to Godhead. I am describing your club in this way to attract the common people. However, the real power of your club is not exhibited in killing such an insignificant person as myself. Taryan, Taryanri, Tarhyanrinyam upamyagya mitranam mitravatsala pandurupam arim hatva vyadhim deha charam yatha. Then, O intel- then, O unt- unintel- unintelligent one, I, who am obliged to my friends, will have repaid my debt to them by killing you, my enemy disguised as a relative, who are like a disease within my body. Commentary. Dantavakra said, furthermore, that person who attains you by thinking of you will deliver his friends. No one is more intelligent than you. Out of affection for my friends, I will free myself of my debt to them by liberating them through knowledge of you. According to mundane perception, you seem to be an enemy, but actually, you are the true friend of everyone. Situated within one's body as a supersoul, you are the supreme object of meditation. Vyadham also means one who takes away all mental distress, suffering, and sickness. Evam rukshastudam vakyai krishnam totrar iva dvipam kadayata dayan murtini singhavad vyanadachasa. Thus trying to harass Lord Krishna with harsh words, as one might prick an elephant with sharp goads, Dantavakra struck the Lord on the head with his club and roared like a lion. Commentary. After harassing the Lord with harsh words as one pricks an elephant with a sharp goad, Dantavakra hit Krishna on the head with his club. In this verse, the events are described according to material vision. Kadaya bihato pyajo na chachala yadudvaha Krishno pitamahan gurvya komudakya stanantare. Although hit by Dantavakra's club, Lord Krishna, the deliverer of the Yadus, did not budge from his place on the battlefield. Rather, with his massive Komudaki club, the Lord struck Dantavakra in the middle of his chest. Kadarnir bhinna hridaya udvamang rudirang mukhat prasarya keshabhavangrin dharanyam nyapatad vyasu. His heart shattered by the club's blow, Dantavakra vomited blood and fell lifeless to the ground, his hair disheveled, and his arms and legs sprawling. Well, that was quick. That was a quick fight. Tata shukshmataram jyoti krishnama vishararbhutam pashyatam sarvabhutanam yata chaidya vadhe nripa. A most subtle and wondrous spark of light then rose from the demon's body and entered Lord Krishna while everyone looked on. Okay, sorry. Entered Lord Krishna, rose from the demon's body and entered Lord Krishna while everyone looked on, O king, just as when Shishupal was killed. Vidhuratas tutar prata bhratribhi shoka paripluta. Agachar asicharmabhyam uchvasangs tajjigangsaya. But then Dantavakra's brother Vidhurata, immersed in sorrow over his brother's death, came forward, breathing heavily, sword and shield in hand. He wanted to kill the Lord. Tasya chapat Krishna chakrena kshuranimina shiro jahara rajendra sakiritam sakundalam. O best of kings, as Vidurata fell upon him, Lord Krishna used his razor-edged Sudarshan, his razor-edged Sudarshan disc to remove his head, complete with its helmet and earrings. Evam sobam cha shalvam cha Dantavakram sahanujam Hatva durvishahan anyar Edita suramanavai Munibi siddha gandharvai Vidyadhara mahoragai Apsarobhi pitri ganar Yakshai kinnaracharanai Upagiyamana Sai Upagiyamana Vijaya Kusumar Avivarshita Vritascha Vrishnipravarar Viveshalankitam Purim. Having thus destroyed Shalva and his Sobha airship, along with Dantavakra and his younger brother, all of whom were invincible before any other opponent, the Lord was praised by demigods, human beings, and great sages, by Siddhas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, and Mahoragas, and also by Apsaras, Pitas, Yakshas, Kinnaras, and Charanas. As they sang his glories and showered him with flowers, the Supreme Lord entered his festively decorated capital city in the company of the most eminent Vrishnis. Sorry. Evam Yogeshvara Krishna Bhagavan Jagareshvara Iyate Pashudrishtinam Nirjito Jayati Tisa. Thus, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all mystic power and Lord of the universe, is ever victorious. Only those of beastly vision think that he sometimes suffers defeat. Commentary. Krishna's victories were not amazing for materialists like Duryodhan, who was inimical to the Lord. To those whose vision is like that of animals, Krishna seems to have abandoned Mathura and then been defeated 2 or 3 times by Jarasandha and others. Specific details about the killing of Dantavakra are found in the Uttarakanda 79 of the Padma Purana. Atta Shishupalam Nihatam Shutva Danta Nihitam Shutva no. Atta Shishupalam Nihatam Shutva Dantavakraha Krishnena Sahayodam Maturam Ajagama. Krishnastu Tachrutva Ratam Aruhya Maturam Ayayo. Upon hearing that Shishupal had been killed, Dantavakra went to Mathura to fight Krishna. Hearing about this, Krishna mounted his chariot and went to Mathura. Tayor Dantavakra Vasudevayor Ahoratram Mathura Dvari Sangrama Samabharta. This is prose, I think. Sangrama Samabhartata. Krishnastu Gadaya Tam Jagana. Satu Churnita Sarvango Vajanir Bhinam Mahid Hara Iva Gatasur Avani Tale Nipapata Sopi Hare Sarupena Yogigamyam Nityananda Sukadam Shashvatam Paramam Padam Avapa. Day and night, Krishna and Dantavakra fought at the gate of Mathura. Krishna beat Dantavakra with his club until he fell lifeless to the ground, all his limbs smashed like a mountain shattered by a lightning bolt. Dantavakra received an eternal blissful form similar to Hari's, and thus he also achieved the abode of the Lord, attainable by perfect yogis, which bestows the happiness of everlasting spiritual bliss. Itam Jaya Vijayo Sanakadi Shapa Vyajena Kevalam Bhagavato Lilartham Sangsritav Avatirya Janmatrayapi Tenaiva Nihato Janmatraya Vasane Muktim Avapto. Thus, Jai and Vijay, on the pretext of the curse of the four Kumaras, appeared on earth 3 times to facilitate the pastimes of the Lord. In 3 consecutive lifetimes, they were killed by the Lord himself, and they attained liberation. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, Ravan and Kumbhakarna, Shishupal and Dantavakra. In this passage from the Padma Puran, the words Krishna stood touched Shrutva, when Krishna heard this, indicate that Krishna heard from Narad, who travels as swiftly as the mind, that Dantavakra had gone to Mathura. Therefore, immediately after killing Shalva, without first entering Dwarka, Krishna reached Mathura in a single moment on his chariot, which also moves as swiftly as the mind. And there he saw Dantavakra. Thus it is that even today, by the gate of Mathura facing the direction of Dwarka, there is a village known in the vernacular as Datiha, a name derived from the Sanskrit word Dantavakraha, killer of Dantavakra. This village was founded by Krishna's great-grandson Vajranabha. The same section of the Padma Puran also includes the following words. Krishnopiham tam hatva yamunam utirya nandavrajam gatva sot kantopitarav abhivadyashvasyatabhyam Shashru Sekam Alingita Sakala Gopa Vridhan Pranamya Bahu Vastrabharana Divis Tatrastan Santarpayam Asa. After killing the wicked demon Viduratha, Krishna crossed the Yamuna and went to Nanda Vraj, where he greeted and consoled his aggrieved parents. Nanda Baba and Yashoda drenched Krishna with tears and embraced him. Wow, that's awesome. He went to Vraj. Krishna then offered obeisances to the elder cowherd men and satisfied all the residents with abundant gifts of clothing, ornaments, and so on. Wow. Kalindya Puline Ramunya Vriksha Samachite Kopanari Bhiranisham Kridayam Asakeshava Ramya Keli Sukenaiva Gopa Vesha Dara Prabhu Bahu Prema Rasenatra Masadvayam Uvasaha. Keshav sported continuously gopis on the beautiful bank of the Kalindi, which was embellished with auspicious trees. Dressed as a cowherd boy, Krishna stayed there for 2 months, immersed in deep love, enjoying various pastimes of the blissful reciprocation. Sorry, I need to sit up. Atha tatrasta nandagopadaya sarve jana putra daradi sahita vasudeva prasadena divya rupa dhara vimanam arudha paramam vaikunthalokam vapu krishnastu nanda gopa vrajokasam sarvesham niramayam sapadam dattva divi devad ganai sangstu yamano Dvaravatim Vivesha. It's not a verse, it's prose. Then Nanda Maharaj, all the cowherd men with their wives and children, all their transcendental forms, boarded a celestial airplane and went to the supreme Vaikuntha planet, Goloka Vrindavan, by Vasudev's mercy. Krishna, however, after bestowing on Nanda and Gopa and all the Vrajavasis his own transcendental abode, which is free of all disease, returned to Dwarka as the demigods in the sky chanted his glories. Crossing over the Yamuna, which is stated above in the Padma Purana, which means Krishna bathed in the Yamuna. After killing the demon Vidhuratha, it was proper to bathe before going to Vraj. Srila Rupa Goswami comments on this in Laghu Bhagavata 1 488 to 489. Rajeshader Rajeshader Angsabhuta Ye Dronadya Avataran Krishnastan Eva Vaikunte Prahinor Idisa Pratham Prishtebhyo Pi Priyatamar Janar Gokulavasivi Vrindaranye Sedaivaso Viharang Kurute Hari. Since Drona and other demigods had previously descended to earth to merge as partial expansions into Nanda Maharaj, the king of Vraj, and other devotees in Vrindavan at this time, it was these demigod expansions whom Krishna sent off to Vaikuntha. Okay. So it was the expansions, the demigod expansions, not their original forms, not them originally. Sri Krishna is perpetually enjoying pastimes in Vrindavan with his intimate devotees, the residents of Gokul, who are dearer to him than any other dear devotees. In the passage from the Padma Puran cited above, the word putra and the phrase Nanda Gopa Daya Sarve Jana Putra Daradi Sahita, Nanda Gopa and the others, together with their children and wives. This refers to such sons as Krishna, Sri Dama, and Subal, while the word Dada refers to such wives as Sri Yashoda and Kirti, the mother of Radharani. All the people living in Rajmandal went to Goloka, which is the supreme Vaikuntha planet. The phrase Divya Rupa Dhara indicates that in Goloka, they engage in pastimes appropriate to demigods, not those suited to humans, as in Gokul. Just as the inhabitants of Ayodhya went to Vaikuntha in their self-same bodies during Ram's advent, similarly, during Krishna's appearance, those living in Vraj went in their bodies to the spiritual world. The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam confirms Krishna's journey from Dwarka to Vraj in the following verse. Wow, this is a really long purport. Yar Hyam Pujaksha Pasasara Bho Bhavan Kurum Madhun Vata Suhrid Didrikshaya Tatrabda Kuti Pratimam Kshano Bhavet. O lotus-eyed Lord, whenever you go away to Mathura, Vrindavan, or Hastinapur to meet your friends and relatives, every moment of your absence seems like a million years. That's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 111.9. Shri Krishna harboring a desire to go see his friends and relatives in Braj ever since Balaram had gone there. But his mother, father, and other elders in his mother, father, and other elders in Dwarka had refused to give him permission. Now, however, after the killing of Shalva, when Krishna heard from Narad that Dantavakra had gone to Mathura, no one could object to his going there immediately without first entering Dwarka. After killing Dantavakra, Krishna would have the opportunity to meet with his friends and relatives living in Vraj. Considering this, and also remembering Uddhav's allusion to the gopis in the verse Gayanti te Vishada Karma in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 10:71-9, Krishna went to Vraj to dispel the feelings of separation of the inhabitants. For 2 months, Krishna enjoyed in Vrindavan just as before, previous to his leaving there to kill Kamsa in Mathura. Then, at the end of 2 months, Krishna withdrew his Vraj pastimes from mundane eyes by taking the demigod portions of his parents and other relatives and friends to Vaikuntha. Yeah. Thus, in one complete plenary manifestation, Krishna went to Goloka in the spiritual world In another, he remains perpetually enjoying in Vraj, while invisible to material eyes. And in yet another form, Krishna went alone on his chariot back to Dwarka. The people of Shorasen province thought that after killing Dantavakra, Krishna had paid a visit to his parents and other dear ones, and now was returning to Dwarka. The people of Vraj, on the other hand, could not understand. They couldn't understand where Krishna had suddenly gone, so they were totally astonished. Shukadev thought that Parikshit Maharaj might think, how is it that the same Krishna who caused the cowards to attain Vaikuntha in their self-same bodies also caused the residents of Dwarka to attain such an inauspicious condition in the course of his Moshala Leela? Understanding that this would upset Parikshit because he had identified with the Yadus, Shukadev Goswami did not tell him this story from the Padma Purana. However, Shukadev Goswami vaguely suggests the story by using the verb vivesha, entered, in verse 15, which means Krishna finally entered Dwarka with his associates and after having performed other pastimes that are already known, so I will not mention them. Since Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam does not describe how Krishna's Vraj Leela ended, the accounts given in Padma Puran should be accepted as true by all. Thus, Sri Vaishnava-Toshini, Sanatana Goswami's commentary on the 10th canto, gives the following sequential list of pastimes. First was the journey on the occasion of the solar eclipse, then the Rajasuya assembly, then the gambling match and attempted disrobing of Draupadi, then the Pandavas exiled to the forest, then the killing of Shalva and Dantavakra, then Krishna's visit to Vrindavan and his winding up of the Vrindavan pastimes. Let me go check the comments after that. Yes, Jai, Vijay, both finally done. Yeah, I actually wasn't aware of this. This is like really big. All right. Shrutva yuddhodhyamam Rama Kurunam Saha Pandavai Tirthabhisheka Vyajena Madhyastha Prayayo Kila. Lord Balaram then heard that the Kurus were preparing for war with the Pandavas. Being neutral, he departed on the pretext to bathe in holy places. Commentary. Krishna killed all the wicked demons up to Vidu ratha and then put aside his weapons. But Balaram did this only after killing Bala and Romaharshan. Hearing that the Kauravas wanted to fight the Pandavas, Balaram thought, since I have friendship with Duryodhan and Yudhishthir, they will both invite me on their side. But whose side should I choose? Thus, Balaram left on the pretext of bathing in the holy places. Snatva prabhasis santarpya devarshi pitrimanavan sarasvatim prati srotam yayo brahmana samvrita. After bathing at Prabhas and honoring the demigods, sages, forefathers, and prominent human beings, he went in the company of Brahmanas to the portion of the Saraswati that flows westward into the sea. Commentary. Balaram went to Saraswati and bathed in the parts that flows by the westward into the sea. Do you mind if I do just really quickly just jump up and down? I think it will wake me up a bit. 1 second. Maybe I'll do some push-ups. Give me 1 second. Oh, Krishna. I think I'm okay. Pritudakam bindusaras tritakupam sudarshanam Vishalam brahmatirtam cha chakram prachim saraswatim Yamuna manuyanyeva gangamanu cha bharata Jagamanai yatra rishaya satramasate. Lord Balaram visited the broad Bindu Saras lake, Tritakupa, Sudarshana, Vishala, Brahmatirtha, Chakratirtha, and the eastward flowing Saraswati. He also went to all the holy places along the Yamuna and the Ganges, O Bharata, and then he came to Naimisha forest, where great sages were performing an elaborate sacrifice. Commentary. Chakram here refers to Chakratirtha. Balaram visited all the places along the Ganga and Yamuna. I wonder if that's the Chakratirtha where I lived in Puri. Tamagatamaphi pretya munayo dirgasantrina abhinandya yatha nyayam sorry, pranamyothaya chayan. Recognizing the Lord upon his arrival, the sages, who had been engaged in their sacrificial rituals for a long time, greeted him properly by standing up, bowing down, and worshipping him. Sorchita sa parivara kritasana parigraha Romaharsha namasinam maharshe shishamakshata. After being thus worshipped along with his entourage, the Lord accepted a seat of honor. Then he noticed that Romaharshan, Vyasadev's disciple, had remained seated. Balaram saw Romaharshan, the disciple of Vyasadev, the greatest of sages. Apratyut, Apratyuttayinam sutam akrita pravananjalim adhyasinam chatan viprang chukopodvikshamadava. Lord Balaram became extremely angry upon seeing how this member of the Sutta caste had failed to stand up, bow down, or join his palms, and also how he was sitting above all the learned Brahmanas. Commentary. Due to arrogance, Romaharshan sat higher than the assembly of learned Brahmins. Yasmaras asav imam vipran adhyaste pratilomaja dharma palangs tataivasman vadamarhati durmati. Lord Balaram said, because this fool born from an improperly mixed marriage sits above all these Brahmins and even above me, the protector of religion, he deserves to die. Commentary. Balaram said, Romaharshan is sitting on a seat higher than us and refusing to stand up. Rishir Bhagavato Bhutva Shishyodhitya Bahuni Cha Setihasa Puranani Dharma Shastrani Sarvasha Adantasya Vinitasya Vritta Panditamanina Nagunaya Bhavantisma Natasyeva Jitatmana. Although he is a disciple of the divine sage Vyas and has thoroughly learned many scriptures from him, including the law books of religious duties and the epic histories and Puranas, all this study has not produced good qualities in him. Rather, his study of the scriptures is like an actor studying his part, for he is not self controlled or humble and vainly presumes himself as scholarly authority. Though he has failed to conquer his own mind. Commentary. Balaram continued, perhaps he is doing so out of ignorance. No, that can't be, because he is a disciple of Vyasadeva. Unfortunately, his study of scriptures has not produced any good qualities such as self-control. Etararto hilokesme avataro maya krita vadhyame dharmadvajinas tehi pata kinodika. The very purpose of my descent into this world is to kill such hypocrites who pretend to be religious. Indeed, they are the most sinful rascals. Commentary. Someone may object, Romaharshan may offend the Brahmins, but how can you, the Supreme Lord, kill him when you are supposed to be without anger and pride? Balaram answers this in the present verse. I appear in this world to kill hypocrites who make a show of religiosity and thereby establish real religious I establish real religious principles. Etavar ukta Bhagavan nivrito sarvandarapi bhavitvat bhavitvat tam kushagrena karastena hanat prabhu. Shukadev Goswami continued, although Lord Balaram had stopped killing the impious Romaharshan's death, although the Lord Balaram had stopped killing the impious, Romaharshan's death was inevitable. Thus, having spoken, the Lord killed him by picking up kusha grass and touching hip. Commentary. Since Romaharshan's death was destined and inevitable, Balaram killed him with a piece of kusha grass. Aheti vadina sarve monaya kinnamanasa uchu sankarshanam devam adharmaste krita prabhu. All the sages cried out, alas, alas, in great distress. They told Lord Sankarshan, O Master, you have committed an irreligious act. Asya brahmasanam dattam asmabhir yadunandana ayushchatma klamam tavad yavat satram samapyate. O favorite of the Yadus, we have given him the seat of the spiritual master and promised him long life and freedom from physical pain for as long as this sacrifice continues. Commentary. In this verse, the Brahmins answer a hypothetical question. One second. Oh, Krishna. They answered the hypothetical question. How can the killing of an irreligious son born of an improperly mixed marriage, a Kshatriya father and Brahmin mother, be irreligious? The Brahmin said, we granted him the boon of no fatigue and long life for the duration of the sacrifice. Ajanatai vacharitas. No. What kind of meter is this? Right. Ajanatai vicharitas Tvaya Brahma Vado Yatha Yogeshwarasya Bhavato Namnayopi Niyamaka Yadyetar Brahmahatyadya Pavanam Loka Pavana Charishyati Pavaloka Sangraho Nanyachodita. You have unknowingly killed a Brahman. Of course, even in the injunctions of revealed scripture, of course, even the injunctions of revealed scripture cannot dictate to you, the Lord of all mystic power. But if by your own free will you nonetheless carry out the prescribed purification for this slaying of the Brahman, O purifier of the whole world, people in general will greatly benefit by your example. Commentary for verse 31. The Brahmana said, although you are omniscient, you have acted just like an ignorant man. Of course, for you there is no possibility of sin because you are the Lord of all mystic power. Yogeshwarasya. Text 32. However, if you perform some purifying atonement for killing this Brahman, then the common people will be benefited and nothing more, since you are not motivated by anyone other than yourself. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Let me just check the comments. Okay. 1 second, just drinking a little more water. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Charishye vada nirvesham lokanugraha kamyaya niyama pratame kalpe yavan satu vidiyatam. The personality of Godhead said, I will certainly perform the atonement for this killing, since I wish to show compassion to the people in general. Please, therefore, prescribe for me whatever ritual is to be done first. Commentary. Balaram said, I will carry out this atonement for killing the Brahman according to the primary ritual. Dirgam ayur bataitasya sattvam indriyame vacha ashasitam yatad brute sadhaye yogamayaya. O sages, just say the word, and by my mystic power, I shall restore everything you promised. I shall restore everything you promised him: long life, strength, and sensory power. Commentary. Balar, since the Brahmins are my mouth, I should not do anything which will break your promise. Please tell me, how may I make whatever you have spoken come true? Simply ask, and I will give Romaharshan long life, strength, and sharpness of the senses. Rishaya Uchu Astrasya Tavaviryasya Mrityor Asmakame Vacha Yatha Bhavid Vacha Satyam Tata Rama Vidhiyatam. The sages said, please see to it, O Ram, that your power and that your Kusha weapon, as well as our promise and Romaharshan's death, all remain intact. Commentary. The Brahmana said, you should arrange things in such a way that your position, your Kusha grasp weapon, the killing of Romaharshan, and our words as well will remain true. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Atmavai putra utpanna iti vedanushasanam tasmarasya bhaved vakta ayurindriya sattvavan. The Supreme Lord said, the Vedas instruct us that one's own self takes birth again as one's son. Thus, let Romaharshan's son become the speaker of the Puranas, and let him be endowed with long life, strong senses, and stamina. Commentary. In this verse, Balaram fulfills the request by saying, the Vedas say, Angad Angat Sambhavasi Hridayar Abhijayase Atmavai Putranamasi Sanjiva Sharada Satam. You have taken birth from my various limbs and have arisen from my very heart. You are my own self in the form of my son. May you live throughout 100 autumns. That's from Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 648. Therefore, Romaharshan's son Ugrashrava will recite the Puranas for you. Ugrashrava will recite the Puranas for you, and he will be blessed with long life and energy. Thus, the weapon in Romaharshan's death will remain true. It will remain true. Yet, at the same time, in the form of his son, Romaharshan's long life and energy are assured, and your promise will remain intact. Kim va kama muni shreshta brutaham karavanyata ajanatas tvapachitim yata me chintyatam budhai. Please tell me your desire, O best of sages, and I shall certainly fulfill it. And, O wise souls, please carefully determine my proper atonement, since I do not know what it might be. Commentary. Balaram said, First, I should give some gifts to you wise Brahmins who instruct me on atonement. After that, you should think carefully and establish the proper atonement for me, who am ignorant about this. Rishaya Uchuhu. Ivalasya suto ghoro balvalo namadanava sadushayatina satram etya parvani. The sages said, a fearsome demon named Balvala, the son of Ilvala, comes here every new moon day and contaminates our sacrifice. The Brahmin said, on every dark moon day, a demon contaminates our sacrifice. Sampapam jahidasharha tanna shushrushranam param puyasho nitavin mutra sura mamsa vivarshinam. O descendant of Dasharha, please kill that sinful demon who pours down pus, blood, feces, urine, wine, and meat upon us. This is the best service you can do for us. Tatascha bharatam varsham parityasu samahita charitva dvadashmasangs tirtasnaya vidushyat vidu vishuddhasi. Sorry. Thereafter, for 12 months, you should circumambulate the land of Bharata in a mood of serious meditation, executing austerities and bathing at various holy places, at holiest pilgrimage sites. In this way, you will become purified. Commentary. The Brahmins specify Balaram's atonement in this verse. You should travel around Bharat, around India, for 1 year, undergoing penance with fully concentrated mind and senses. By this, you will be purified. Thus ends the commentary on the 78th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. So tomorrow we will read chapter 79, Lord Balaram goes on pilgrimage. And maybe after that, we will also I don't know if he's being sarcastic about the atonement. I thought he wasn't being sarcastic, but it's possible. Guru Manji says, I would have thought that by killing him, Balaram actually fulfilled their promise by liberating him. Oh yeah, that's true. That's a very good point, Guru Manji Didi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Juki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Juki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Varanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Varanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatara Shata Shishimar Bhakti Varanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashvatara Shatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashvatara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shalagor Kisharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Shada Satcharanda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura Ki Jai Nitya Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shala Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupa Anugauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath शार गोसाई प्रभु की जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर प्रसाद वृंद की जय नाम अक्षय श्री रास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाश्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंद यमुना गंगा तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन sorry श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय श्री बलदेव प्रभु की जय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय Sārārtha-darśiṇī वृत्ति की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवाय कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः वंशा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Thank you so much for tolerating my sleepiness. I'm gonna go take a nap now. Haribol. Haribol Andira Mataji. Oh, Rup Manjari Didi said, I think this atonement was really for India's benefit. Yeah, totally. Totally. All the holy places. Yeah, Lord Ram had to atone for killing Brahman. Yes, this is all for Leela, right? For Jumna Prabhu. All right. See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Draupadi Didi. Hare Krishna, for Jumna Prabhu. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.